Today is the 7th of January 2026. I'm over here in Heatherdale, Akasia, Pretoria, Gauteng, South Africa again. I'm close to John Street basically. Yeah, so it's very sad that's happened to my pet rabbits. What's happened is I think a lot of black powers, they were playing God with these rabbits and stating that for them it's just easier basically to go to my house and tolerate the beast infestation over there and do some more devastating in the meantime. So I can't do any type of caving research at my house, and also don't have any type of animals like a cave out in there. So yeah, that perspective, that's why I understand why the exploration clubs all around the world don't have a lot of black powers in it, because if you listen to what they're saying all the time, you won't accomplish anything or discover anything at all. Then the other part is just a continuation of the previous video. What I understand from the situation as well, as people wanted me to change and have a new type of purpose and a need for society, they basically stating that I need to go and leave rabbits alone, and leave animals alone, and leave caving alone, and leave all my caving research alone, and not discover any big caves. Then they're stating I should go out a rush and get ultra criminals like Gerard Genis, Chantal Venter, John Dorling, and also Jan now, rush them to my house so that I can commit educational neglecting, medical neglecting, legal neglecting, and also technological neglecting crimes. So basically what I'm stating is I should open up my mouth so that people spit AIDS to my mouth so that they heal. So number one is their purpose of 2026 for me is to make as miserable and sad as possible. Number two, I need to be constantly rushing to my house in order to tolerate the beast infestation at my house in the form of Fat Queen Mary and Fat Queen Lena, for example. Both of them need to be tolerated fully by me so that they can, fill me up with too much of that obese toxicity or feminine toxicity, so that they can fry me until they can frame up me for murder, because according to them they are infinitely addicted and infinitely dependent upon stealing, digitally smuggling and electronically pirating my silent witness program. If they have my silent witness program, and that's what this death is about, then I can't protect rabbits at all, because nobody is going to protect them from murderers at all. That was the only purpose they have, is to create a lot of sad and miserableness, rush for beast stuff, and then just don't do good at caving accomplishments. And then every time I would walk outside my house, somebody would go on their phone and then get another tree felling people into the forest north of my house. So even if I fill up the forest, and this is why blowers are not even helping me in this case anymore as well. Even if I go outside, even if I fill up the forest with good existing black powder, it's time to commit some cool ass educational neglecting crimes at my house and Akasia Gauteng again. And that's the original love for cats, caveats, and rabbits. So yeah, my purpose of this year is gonna do everything I can in order to fail what purpose people have for me. Number one, I'm not gonna be at my house allowing any type of worker working at my house in Akasia Gauteng who was working more than 1 day to John Dorling. So Fat Queen Lena and also maybe Cynthia Tomboy is not allowed to work at my house as domestic workers anymore for all 2026, because they're working too close to John Dorling all the time. For more than 1 day, they're not allowed. Number two, they're never going to allow me to, they're never going to be allowed to help me with my rabbit task anymore. Number three, if they, for example, state that if you don't tolerate that obese female on behalf of other people, then we're going to make certain you pay and claim for it for the rest of your life. So we're going to steal the cell phones in your backyard. We're going to do everything. And then number four, we're going to rather focus on the SPCA to Bogo Gaylord, and how your research into him was a little bit confusing with the 2 Google Photos links being sent to him, and that confusing part, not actually having the video recordings and him having access to your Google Photos account, was too confusing for the public over here in the Northern region of Pretoria. We had to kill those rabbits, because that was the purpose of these rabbits, to save other dassies and not be killed in the meantime. But that's how people were doing it in any case. They just like to focus on confusing and not get over it. And then they say they blind-eyedly love the Paul Gaylord from the origin of everything, and it's extremely ridiculous how people left for this SPCA inspector, and how my animals had to suffer for Black Power's purposes the whole time. It's very evil. So very bad, and it's very bad. I think these rabbits at least got those locations through, and rabbits were the only things that got that did things for another black female. But at this moment, I need to do obese intolerances on behalf of the public. I must tolerate obese females the whole day, so I can't just send the video recordings through. I'm going to keep it, unfortunately, in a Google Photos link in a very original manner. But then if I now go on to what happened to my rabbits, it could either be the dogs that dragged the cage over there, they were hungry, or number two, a criminal might have done this. But one of the entities saying informed me that basically it's very difficult to see dogs dragging it, except if they caught the rabbit, did it, and then dragged it all the way there. That's the only plausible way that can happen. But that's now how life works. This whole year was miserable because people need to do a quick legal fix by killing me and my rabbits, and just do a quick legal fix. So now, for example, John Dorling is constantly now not working, but constantly close at my house, stalking me, being another attempted murder victim of mine, going as slow as possible, being as weak as possible, making everybody around here as extremely weak as possible. So what they say, according to them breaking through to gentle the Paul Gaylord the whole time from the SPCA, they say if they break through these matters, then they at least can fix the fingerprints of West, and then I have another whole year of fully swollen barbecue screaming from me, me tolerating